Hi, Ron.
Hi, Lucille. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rondane Hollar, and on behalf of myself, welcome back to the brand new version of the Rondane Hollar Report. I want to thank you all for joining me on this little show. And you may have, if you've seen my show in the past, obviously a lot of my videos got taken down by yours truly because I want to go in like in a different direction, be a show where we can give people hope, educate people, bring people some level of positivity, and that's what this show is going to be about going forward as I resurrect this podcast and return to um this format of podcasting because nowadays people are hurting, people are frustrated. We need shows that uplift people, who bring positivity, and show people compassion and empathy, and that's what I plan to do on this show. So a bit of disclaimer for you. Now I want to start my return to this podcast for the first time in over 5 years with my very first guest, and I want to tell you about this young lady. She's a lovely young lady. I've met her a couple of times last year, and I'm so appreciative she's getting the opportunity to do this. She was Miss Finger Lakes teen 2 years ago. Then last year she was Miss Niagara's teen. That's when I met her, and now she's Miss Finger Lakes teen once again. For the second time, heading into Miss New York's team for 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all. Miss Finger Lakes team 2025-2026. Lucille Esler. Sorry.
You got it. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me, Ron.
Yes, absolutely. So how are you? How are you feeling? If I may ask you?
I'm good. I mean, I was just telling you, it's very busy with dance competition season right now. March and April are really my busy months with because I have three different solos and a bunch of group dances. So, really working in the studio on my competition dances. But now that I have spring break coming up, I have a lot of time to prepare for the Miss New York's teen competition because it's only like 2 months away, 3 months, 2 months away. It's in June, which is crazy to wrap my head around, but I'm so excited and ready to dive into preparation.
Yes, it's if those of you who don't know, the Miss New York competition for both the teens and the adults, that's at the end of June this year. So that's
Yes.
less than three months away. We're now in April as we're taping this.
Easy.
So it's really hard to fathom that we're already in the latter half of the latter half of the first half of 2026 already. Hard to fathom. So
Yes. This
and
year went by super quick. I don't know where it went.
well, you're not where I am just yet because I promise you this: when you get older, time's going to get go faster and faster and
Yes.
faster.
Every year it gets faster.
That is exactly. I didn't realize how quickly time can go until I think the first time I started realizing that was back in 2010ish. I think that was. I'm not going to disclose how old I am, except to my close friends that know how old I am. But yeah, my advice to you: just keep enjoying the years that you have when you're
Yes.
young, because let me tell you something. Being an adult like I am is not very easy, and
No.
and I promise you this: when you get to adulthood, you're gonna make lots of hard decisions
Hmm.
that are going to be very tough. You may hurt yourself, you may hurt um, people that you love, but understand this: you're not going to stop growing up when you turn 18. You're going to keep growing up throughout the rest of your life. Look at me. I'm an adult. I'm still growing up and I'm still learning.
Yes. There's always, yes, you always grow every year. And that's kind of how I felt like through the Miss America organization. It's like I'm 15 now, but when I started when I was 13, I had no clue what the heck I was doing. And every year you just grow, not only as a pageant competitor, but in every aspect of your life. Like I wouldn't have the interview skills I have today if it weren't for the Miss America organization. And I know that the skills that I've learned will help me throughout my life in the future. But it's really crazy. You learn and you grow more than you ever thought you would every year.
Damn right. Well, I want the audience to know about you a little more. So tell the audience about yourself, if you may, please, Lucille.
Yes, so you already know I'm Lucille Esler, and my title is Miss Finger Lakes Teen. But I started competing in the Miss America organization because my youngest brother Teddy has autism.
Right.
When I was deciding what I wanted my community service initiative to be, it was very easy for me to choose Life with the Adorable, supporting autistic individuals and their families, because it has been a part of my everyday life ever since my youngest brother Teddy was diagnosed with autism. So I'm hoping to use my title as Miss Finger Lakes Teen and hopefully as the next Miss New York's Teen to continue sharing my family stories to connect with families like mine.
Yeah, so you already answered your own question, but remind the audience again, when did you start your journey in the Miss America organization?
So 2 years ago, at 13 years old, I remember just turning 13, and I just like was at the age requirement, and I'm like, Mom, can I please try a pageant? I mean, I've been a dancer since I was 3 years old, so I'm very used to being on stage, being in a large crowd full of people. So then when I started in the Miss America organization, I was really excited because I'm like, wow, this is another opportunity for me to share my talent, but also to talk about living with Teddy, which is such a huge part of my life. And now I'm Miss Finger Lakes Teen again. So 2 years in a row, just not 2 years in a row. I had Miss Niagara's Teen, and now I'm Miss Finger Lakes Teen.
Yep, yep. You are allowed to be that particular child and wait a year, then be that child again.
Yes,
That's how some of these pageants work. These a lot of these local titles work. I've seen
yes.
I've heard there are people who was Miss Staten Island twice. I know that when I attended the
Yeah.
Miss Staten Island pageant back in November. Um, so tell me about your
Just a year
CS.
in between.
Yes, that's it. That is
Yes.
exactly right. That's exactly right. Now, tell me about your community service initiative, your CSI, as Miss Fingerlake's team.
Yes. So my community service initiative is Life with the Adorable, supporting autistic individuals and their families. Like I said, this is very easy for me to choose because it's such a huge part of my everyday life living with my autistic brother Teddy. I know that one thing that I wanted with this was to not only support the individual with autism and individuals with developmental disabilities, but their families as well. So I'm actually wearing my Support Awesome People t shirt right now. This is the fundraiser that I have that goes towards chapters of the ARC all across New York State to help their programs and services. I've also had the opportunity to create my Life with the Adorable website to share my family's experiences, to connect with families like mine nationwide, as well as my Life with the Adorable scholarship for a graduating senior going into the field of special education.
Yeah. So, and obviously now we're in April. This is obviously Autism Awareness Month, and obviously we have made strides. In I think for the last couple of decades, I think more and more people have started to learn, understand it a little bit better. But obviously, there's still a lot more ways to
Yes.
go. We still have to educate people, have people better understand
Yes.
autism, how it works for each individual who may be diagnosed with autism, especially when it comes to your little brother. So tell me how, in the ways you're continuing to educate people regarding the issue of autism.
Yes. So I have my Life with the Adorable slideshow that I present when I visit schools. I love my slideshow because a lot of the times I'll be reading to individuals that have autism and they don't even know it, or I don't even know they have autism. I remember one time I was presenting my slideshow Life with the Adorable, and there was actually a young girl that had autism herself, and she didn't know it yet. But I remember that day after she learned about Teddy and my family story, she went home and she told her mom, Mom, I learned about autism today. And her mom could never find the right opportunity to tell her daughter for the first time that she was autistic. But because I educated her on what autism was and what it looks like for our family living with Teddy, her mom finally had the perfect opportunity to tell her daughter for the first time that she was autistic. And that's the outreach and the connections that I want to make with people all throughout New York State with my title as Miss Finger Lakes Teen.
Yes, it's beyond very compelling, especially considering we were now seeing more and more people with a lot of these psychological, mental disorders.
Yes.
But now we're seeing more and more now. It's not becoming such a statistic. It's not becoming a stigma.
Mhm.
Obviously, we still have some ways to go, but obviously, I mean, your brother's case is not super unique, but but people have to understand everybody is different, and people with autism can do literally anything
Yes.
that they want to do. They can
Yes.
strive to be anything that they want to be, even maybe even become president. That's so people need to understand autism doesn't limit your possibilities. It can expand your possibilities and do the things that you want to do and make the most of your life and also do a great deal of good in the world as well.
That's also another point. What I like to share when I present my slideshow is that autism is such a broad spectrum. So
Right.
like for my brother Teddy, he has autism, but he's 11 years old and he is nonverbal. He can't speak. He struggles with his behavior and coping with his emotions. We've struggled to find a school that is right for him. But for some individuals with autism, they're on the higher functioning end of the spectrum. So they can talk, they can have a job, they can live on their own. So I like to share that not everybody with autism is the same, that everyone is different, and it like everyone is not like Teddy. There's individuals with autism that can do more than Teddy, but it's just such a broad spectrum.
That is exactly right. Everybody with diagnosed with autism, they have different needs. And based on what you're
Yes.
describing about your brother, that he needs special attention, he needs special care.
Yes.
And also he has to,
One-on-one care.
exactly. And also he's somebody that needs to be looked out for because we know there's a bunch of
Mhm.
people who don't understand, who don't even make the effort to try to understand. It's just
Right.
people don't understand. Unfortunately, everybody is different. Everybody has different struggles, different needs,
That
and
not everyone is the same.
that is
Yes.
right. That is right. And also why we need to start learning from each other a lot better, so we can better understand what certain people need, so we can start having
Right.
a better society of compassion, of empathy, and treating each other with
Yes.
respect and being there for that individual when they're struggling, having problems, and let them know
Mhm.
that they're not alone. They can still do anything that they want to do.
One important thing with this too is that I think presenting my slideshow to the youth and many different age groups is important because throughout their everyday life, they're going to come across kids in school that have autism, out in public, at a restaurant, wherever. You're always going to, especially with how common autism is, you're always going to run into someone with autism, chances are.
Mhm.
So I want young kids around New York State and throughout the nation to feel comfortable talking about autism,
Right.
feel comfortable seeing autism in person, and knowing that it is not something to be afraid of. It's not something to be scared of, but we have to treat people with autism with the same respect as you would treat anyone else and the same amount of love.
That is exactly right, and 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 obviously your brother has a great support system, people looking
Mhm.
out for him, and they want to see him thrive and they want to see him succeed and doing the things that he wants to do and try to make an impact on society and and like you said, um, I mean, you didn't say in these words, but you kind of implied it. We still need more and more people with compassion, more and more people with
More
deep
support,
is
definitely.
that
Absolutely.
with a deep understanding on these issues and doing these like events, conferences, educating people what people with autism need, and also understanding people with autism are not statistics, they're not freaks or anything. They're just human beings that want to
Yes.
grow up, live, and thrive, get a proper education, and do the things that they want to do.
Yes. Exactly. You stole it right from me. Yes.
So let's move on to obviously you're in high school, you're a dancer. You
Mhm.
mentioned you've been a dancer since you were 3 years old. What
Yes.
I mean, what is your specialty of dance, if I may ask you?
If I told you all the styles of dance I do, we would be here forever.
Hmm.
So my first year at Miss New York's team, I did a jazz dance. And jazz is my favorite style. Then the second year, I did a lyrical dance. And this year, I will be returning back to a jazz dance, back to my roots. I love really all the dance styles, but I've been doing a jazz solo for competition dance since I was 9 years old, and it's always been one of my greatest passions. I believe that I'm a very fun and energetic person. So when I do jazz, like that kind of personality comes out on stage because it's who I am, it's who Lucy is. So I'm very excited to do jazz again at the Miss New York's teen competition.
Yes, absolutely. And and what do you hope to bring to the table this time going to Miss New York's team this year in 2026?
Yes, I think this year going into Miss New York's teen, I really just want to show them who Lucy is, be completely authentic, be myself, because I think that's really the most important thing. I found as a perfectionist, something that I find myself doing is thinking, oh, your walk needs to be perfect. Your talent, your interview, everything needs to be absolutely perfect. When the reality is, that's not the mindset you should have going into doing anything. I believe that it's so important to always strive for progress over perfection. Acknowledging your small wins that will lead up to big wins. I think going in being 100% myself, soaking in every moment while I'm on stage, and representing every family that lives with an individual with autism throughout New York State is my goal this year.
Exactly. It's all about progress. Always choosing
Yes.
progress over perfection. And
Yes.
also being who Lucille is, not what anybody else
Yes.
is. And
Yes.
which leads me to my next question. Who are the three biggest mentors in your life, if I may ask you? I know your mom is one of them. I met your mom a
Yes.
couple of times.
Definitely my mom. My mom, she's my biggest mentor. She is like, I call her my momager because she's like my mom and she's also my manager. I am so beyond grateful to have her in my life. I don't know how I would do it without her. I remember when I was 13 and I did Miss Finger Lakes Teen, and I didn't even know that after Miss Finger Lakes Teen was Miss New York's Teen. I thought I did the local and I was done. So I had no clue what I was doing, but she helped me all the way through it. She didn't really know anything about pageantry either, but she's been such a great support system. My dance mom, my New York City travel buddy, she's just the best. I would also have to say my dance teachers. I have four dance teachers, and they have all been such a big support to me in many different ways. One thing about them is that they always support me on and off the stage, whether it's preparing for a dance competition, a dance recital, or something completely different in the Miss America organization. I'm so grateful for them.
And uh, who's the last mentor, if I may
My
ask you?
last Yes, I would definitely have to say my family and my Empire Stars family. My Empire Star for Miss New York's teen, but my Miss Finger Lakes Rose, Sammy's aunt has actually helped me with interview the past 3 years for the Miss America organization. She comes to my house every Monday, and sometimes we do mock interviews, and sometimes it's just a catch up, and we talk about life and my goals as Miss Finger Lakes teen. And I've been so lucky to have their family in my life as a support system. Sammy by my side, walking on the Miss New York's teen stage, as well as my family.
I did have one other possible mentor,
Yes.
former Miss New York's teen, Sadie Perry from 2023,
Yes.
2024.
Yes. I love Sadie. Yes. She
Mm-hmm.
actually, I don't know if you knew this, but she danced at High Performance with me when we were, so she graduated when I was in seventh grade when she was Miss New York's teen. And that inspired me, was one of my other inspirations other than Teddy and dance to compete that following year, Miss Finger Lakes teen.
Yeah, yeah. It's and that's a beautiful thing to behold. Speaking of beautiful, I know you've been um involved with this for the last couple of years, but I want to ask you because I remember the second time you and I met up, we were at the Miss America Homecoming show. I want to hear from your perspective. What was that like? Because you and I were sitting next to each other, and in awe of what we saw at the show with Cassie Doggett, the current Miss America,
Yes.
sharing her story, her journey. I mean, being so compelled of what she's been going through, how hard she
Yes.
strived to achieve. I want to hear your perspective of what you saw from the homecoming show to what you're seeing now as she continues to blossom as the current Miss America.
I remember Cassie winning Miss America, and I was so happy, but I was not shocked at all because she's beautiful. She's eloquent. She's talented. She is the epitome of Miss America. And going to her homecoming was such an amazing experience. Not only because I got to see her Miss America talent in person, which was amazing, but it was so great to see all of the delegates come together and support Cassie. And that just goes to show how great of a person she is. The sisterhood was really coming together. Everyone was supporting Cassie because she deserves all the support. She deserves all the love. She's an amazing person, and I'm not ready to see her go as Miss America.
Well, she still has another 5 months. Hard to fathom.
Yes.
And also something you and I and Cassie have in common. We all share the same birth month.
We do. We're all September babies. Oh
Yes.
my god. When is
Although
Cassie's birthday? I know it was Miss America
it,
weekend or like
her
around
birthday
Miss
was
America.
September 5th. I think that's what it was. September 5th.
Mine's September 4th. We're only a day away.
And I'm September 28th. You both are Virgos. I'm a Libra. So,
Okay, but we're all September. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
but come on. September babies are the best, right?
Yes.
But following up, Cassie has demonstrated also incredible vulnerability as well,
Yes.
sharing all the hell she went through. I'm not going to dive right into what she shared, but she has demonstrated incredible strength, incredible courage, and also she has demonstrated that she is an incredible role model for young girls and
Resilient.
women
Yes.
all across the country, and also now she's doing like great charity work with the USO, which I which
Yes.
I which I totally commend her for, and something that's kind of near to my heart. For those of you who don't know, one of my heroes was the late great Jeopardy host Alex Trebek, who did a lot of work with the USO. So the late great Alex Trebek would have been so proud. So,
Aw. Yes, we love her. She's amazing.
but but Cassie Donegan, she's I gotta tell her she's 1 in a million, and her story is beyond incredible, especially how she got to Miss America, and and
Yes.
and credit to the Miss New York team for really stepping up, doing everything they could from the fall, from what happened. And listen, take nothing away from what Mina Liang did. What she did was courageous, and and she did what was best for her, and give Cassie a chance to do New York proud. And so I gotta say, those two are incredible heroes. And now we have Lauren Norris doing an incredible job as well, representing as Miss New York. So it's been a
I get to
one.
see Lauren soon. I'm excited.
I mean, it's been one hell of a ride, but the Miss New York's team did an incredible service, and not
We love
even
you, Nadia.
and Nadia too. I mean, I'm you can't write a great script like what we saw last summer. Not even the great writers at General Hospital could write a great script like that. And um, if there was an award for this, any type of like award for an incredible storyline, you have to give it to that. You gotta give it
Right?
especially considering you and I were a part of that storyline. It's and to be a part of that storyline, that was so special. That was so. I mean, it really made the most of my 2025 and your 2025 as well. And also seeing you're one of the bright young stars, not only shining, but also making a difference. And I'm so proud to to be a part of this.
Thank you so much.
Um, so let's do a quick lightning round. So it's gonna be like 7 questions, and then I'm gonna leave with one more, and then we'll go end the show. So let's begin. Favorite food?
Salted? No. White chocolate pretzel gelato from Anita Gelato. Every time my mom and I go to the city, we always make sure to stop at Anita Gelato. It is my absolute favorite, and I refuse to try any other flavor because I know I'll just be disappointed. It's just that good.
Very nice. Favorite animal?
Favorite animal? I think a sea turtle.
Hmm. Favorite music artist right now?
That's a hard one. I really do love Zara Larson and my makeup artist when I got my headshots done in New York City, Angelica. She said I look like a young Zara Larson, and that made my life.
Oh, wow. All right. Very, very nice. Favorite TV show that you're watching now, if you are watching television or streaming.
I so the thing about me, I don't really watch TV shows ever. I mean, I'm always busy. I'm pretty much always doing something, whether it's dance, something with pageants. So I'm not really watching a TV show right now. But I did watch Cruel Summer. It was a show, I think, over the summer with my mom, and it was really good. I love that show.
Ah, very, very nice. If you had to visit one place in the world, what would it be?
I was able to visit. Okay, so if I were able to visit one place in the world, it would be hopefully this September going to Miss America's Teen and being able to go to the Walt Disney World Theater, go to Universal, stay at the Universal Resort, and maybe add a little Disney trip while I'm there.
Well, we don't know the official place yet. We're still trying to get
Oh,
the
yeah, it might be in New Jersey or somewhere else this year, too. That is true.
New
But I
Jersey.
am going back to Disney World this summer, so that's exciting. I'm ready to go there.
Well, it's a magical place. Fun
Yes.
fact. Fun fact. Well, kind of a little bit of a shameful fact. I never been to Disney World. I still want to go.
I remember I went, what is it, 3 years ago?
Mhm.
And I've wanted to go back ever since. I always look back at the photos. I'm like, when is our next Disney trip? And we're going back this summer after Miss New York's teen. So I'm really excited for that.
Well, there's one place I'm looking forward to visiting, and that is upstate in Saratoga this summer. So,
Oh, really? I live very close to Saratoga, actually, like only like 30 minutes away.
have you visited the racetrack?
I've never, so I wanted to do that last summer. Unfortunately, I was never able to, but definitely this summer, it's on my bucket list.
You should definitely go. I'm looking forward to going this summer for the last Belmont State.
Yes.
So I'm definitely am looking forward to that. Now I did say 7 questions. Um I think that's pretty much it for now. Oh, I have another question. Favorite mode of transportation.
Motiv- Oh, I would have to say Miss New York sponsor Amtrak. Every time I go to the city, I always go on Amtrak using the train. It's like you're sitting on an airplane at the Amtrak. The seats are so comfy. I love just looking out, seeing the view. I always have the best conversations with my mom on the way to the city, on the way back. Definitely Amtrak.
Um and and here's one. Favorite um favorite recent state title holder, whether it's Miss New York's teen or Miss New York.
I can't choose. Am I allowed to choose both?
Well, you're allowed to choose both, yes.
So definitely Miss New York's teen, Nadia, and Miss New York Lauren. And then I probably can't say Cassie.
Right,
Is
right.
she national? But definitely Miss New York and Miss New York's teen. We love our Miss New York and Miss New York's teen girls.
Uh, yeah, I mean, Lauren and Nadia are terrific. Yes,
Thank you so much,
yeah,
Ron.
yes, I love giving leeway to people because it's about education, it's about
Yes.
positivity, it's about growing. We're,
Yes.
and I want people to understand we're all growing up, regardless of no matter how old you are, you're always gonna learn, you're always gonna grow up. You just need to give yourself
Yes.
a little bit of credit, a little bit of breathing room to keep learning, and don't give a damn
Yes.
about what other people may think. Just keep learning.
Don't try to fit in the mold of what other people want you to be. I think that's something that's in pageantry. You get kind of caught up about what everyone else is doing, the mold that you need to fit into. But what's
Right.
really most important is that you stay true to yourself and who you are authentically. It's very important because who I am is not going to be the same as someone else, and nobody else in the world is exactly like you. So always stay true to yourself, no matter what you're doing.
That's exactly right. Just don't learn for anybody else. Just learn for yourself and keep growing to become the person that you want
Focus
to
on
be.
yourself.
Right,
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
right.
Everyone's journey is different. So not worth to compare yourself to anyone. Just focus on yourself and becoming the best version you can be.
Exactly. And listen, you've learned something and I've learned something today. So I'm very grateful for that. But I really did enjoy this conversation. I
Me
I'll admit
too.
I was a little nervous about doing this, but I'm so glad we did it. Thank you so
You
much.
did amazing. Thank you so much for having me, Ron.
Thank
It
you
was an
very
honor.
much, Lucille. I really, really enjoyed it. Don't go away. I want to tell the audience, thank you so much for being with us on this show. This is the very first show we ever done this. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Click on that subscribe button on my YouTube channel so you get notifications of when we drop new videos, drop new episodes as well. You'll be seeing show highlights, some full episodes as well on my YouTube channel. So subscribe, click that bell so you get notifications. You can follow me on my social media. After once this video is edited, I will also create a new social media account in dedication to this particular channel, so you can follow me through Instagram, and also I'll be sharing some clips through stories on my Instagram page as well. The best way to get the message out is through social media, so that way I can keep booking guests, and also we can continue to do these interviews. And if you want to, like, if you like what you see, you want to pay me for my work, there's a link to my Venmo account. You can send me a Venmo account that a Venmo like $10 or stuff like that. No amount is too small. It helps pay the bills. I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm doing this because it's all about compassion. It's all about positivity. It's all about learning. That's what this show is about. And also, I'll be starting a Substack very very soon, so you can check out like new articles about my experiences. So it's all about, like I said, it's all about learning. It's all about growing. And that's what we do here on the Rondane Hollar Report. So thank you all very, very much. Thank you again, Lucille. I'll talk to you all
Thank you
next
so
time.
much.
I'll talk to you all next time, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, everybody. So long.
Bye, everyone.